In this video, we're explaining the entire story of K-pop demon hunters in around 20 minutes or less. The movie opens with ancient Korea, where scary demons have been eating people's souls for centuries. These demons aren't just random monsters wandering around, they're part of an organized army with a clear mission. They hunt humans systematically, stealing their souls and bringing them back to their evil king called Gwaima, who lives in a dark demon world that exists alongside our own. Gwaima has been building his power for thousands of years, feeding on human souls to become stronger and stronger, with the ultimate goal of breaking through to our world and taking over completely. The demons are smart and cunning, able to disguise themselves and blend in with humans when they need to. They've been playing this long game for generations, always staying just hidden enough that most people think they're just myths and legends. But the truth is, they've been slowly winning this war against humanity, taking more and more souls while people remain completely unaware of the real danger they're in. But three brave women decide they're not going to let this happen anymore. They become the first demon hunters after witnessing their own families and communities being destroyed by these creatures. These women discover that they have special abilities that allow them to see through demon disguises and fight back against them. But they realize that just fighting individual demons isn't enough. They need to create a permanent solution. So they develop this incredible technique where they use their singing voices to create a magical barrier called the Hanmoon. This idea comes from real Korean traditions where women would sing and dance to protect their villages from evil spirits. The three women spend years perfecting this technique, learning how to channel their spiritual energy through music to create something that has never existed before.
How it's done.
The Hanmoon becomes like a giant invisible shield around the entire world that keeps demons trapped in their own dimension. But creating and maintaining this barrier requires incredible sacrifice. The women have to give up normal lives, normal relationships, and normal dreams to focus completely on this responsibility. And here's the most difficult part. The wall gets weaker if the demon hunters feel scared, sad, or ashamed. So they not only have to be powerful, but they also have to maintain perfect emotional balance at all times. The barrier works, but it's not permanent. Every generation, three new women have to take over this job, inheriting both the power and the burden from the previous generation. It's not really a choice. These women are born with special abilities that mark them as the next demon hunters. Their goal is always the same: make the wall golden and permanent to lock demons away forever. But here's the heartbreaking part. No group has ever been able to achieve this. Each generation gets close, but something always goes wrong. Now we jump to present day, where three K-pop superstars are about to discover they're the next demon hunters. Their group is called Hunter/X, and they're at the absolute peak of their careers.
Okay, this is our biggest show yet.
They have millions of fans around the world. They just finished a successful world tour that sold out every venue, and they're about to release their new single, Golden, which everyone expects to be another massive hit. But what nobody knows, not their fans, not their record label, not even the girls themselves at first, is that they're about to inherit the most important responsibility in human history. The first girl is Rumi, voiced by Arden Cho with singing by EJ. She's the leader and main vocalist of the group, known for her incredible range and ability to hit impossibly high notes. To the outside world, she seems to have everything: talent, beauty, fame, and the love of millions of fans. But Rumi is carrying this huge secret that's slowly destroying her from the inside.
This is what I am. Look at me.
When she was just a tiny baby, her mom died under mysterious circumstances. What Rumi doesn't know at first is that her mom was actually the previous generation's demon hunter leader, and she died in battle protecting the world from a massive demon invasion. Her mom sacrificed herself to keep the Hanmoon barrier strong, leaving behind a newborn daughter who would one day have to carry on the same fight. But here's where things get really complicated. Rumi's dad wasn't human, he was actually a demon. This makes Rumi half human and half demon, which creates this impossible internal conflict that she doesn't understand. She has these weird purple marks all over her skin that look like intricate tattoos, but they're actually demon marks that show her supernatural heritage. She spends hours every day covering them up with makeup and carefully chosen clothes because she's terrified that someone will see them and figure out what she really is. The worst part is that because of her demon blood, she's slowly losing her voice. For a singer, especially one whose career depends on her vocal abilities, this is like losing her identity piece by piece. She notices that her high notes aren't as clear as they used to be, her stamina during long performances is getting worse, and sometimes her voice just cracks for no reason. She's seeing doctors and vocal coaches, but nobody can figure out what's wrong because they don't know about her supernatural heritage. Rumi fights with a special sword called a Sainjeom, which is a four-tiger sword from Korean history. These swords were traditionally forged during special astronomical events when tiger energies were at their strongest, and they were used in spiritual ceremonies to ward off evil. The sword chooses Rumi because it recognizes both her human determination and her demon strength, making her a uniquely powerful warrior. The second girl is Mira, voiced by Mei Hong, with singing by Audrey Nuna. Mira is the visual and main dancer of the group.
We need to make it hurt.
Known for her incredible athleticism and ability to learn complex choreography faster than anyone else. She's also the tech genius who handles a lot of their digital presence and social media strategy. But behind her confident exterior, Mira is dealing with deep wounds from family rejection. Mira comes from a wealthy, traditional family who had very specific expectations for how their daughter should behave. They wanted her to be quiet, obedient, focused on marriage and family, rather than career ambitions. But Mira was always different. She was athletic, outspoken, interested in technology and martial arts rather than traditional feminine pursuits. When she started getting serious about dance and expressed interest in joining an entertainment company, her family basically disowned her. They didn't just disagree with her choices, they actively tried to sabotage her career by cutting off financial support and even contacting entertainment companies to try to get her blacklisted. So when Mira joined Hunter Slash, it was like finding her real family for the first time in her life. These girls actually celebrated her differences instead of trying to suppress them. Mira fights with a curved sword called a gokdo, which is a real weapon from the ancient Gaia kingdom in Korea. The gokdo was known for its perfect balance and deadly efficiency, and it requires incredible skill and precision to use effectively. Mira's dance training actually helps her with sword fighting because both require perfect body control and the ability to flow smoothly from one movement to the next. The third girl is Zoe, voiced by Ji Young Yu with singing by Ari Ayami. Zoe is Korean American from California, and she's the rapper who writes most of their lyrics. She's the heart of the group, always cracking jokes, keeping everyone's spirits up during difficult times, and serving as the bridge between the group and their international fans because of her perfect English. But Zoe's story is more connected to this demon hunting legacy than anyone realizes.
It's you and Savage, mirror, mirror on my phone, who's the baddest?
She might have actually been a fan of Rumi's mom's old group called the Sunlight Sisters before she even met Rumi. Growing up in California, she discovered K-pop through her parents, and the Sunlight Sisters became her gateway into Korean culture and music. She learned Korean by translating their songs, practiced dancing by copying their choreography, and even started writing her own raps inspired by their music. Zoe fights with throwing knives called shinkul, which are real weapons that Korean spiritual practitioners still use today. She has 6 of them, and they're perfectly balanced for both close combat and long-range throwing. Her American upbringing gives her a different fighting style than traditional Korean martial arts. She's more improvised and creative, willing to use unconventional tactics that catch enemies off guard. There's also Celine, voiced by Yoonjin Kim, who's like Rumi's adopted mom, and the person who's been taking care of her since her mother died. But Celine is hiding huge secrets about Rumi's past and her own history. Celine used to be a demon hunter herself. She was actually part of the previous generation's trio along with Rumi's mother. When Rumi's mother died in battle, Celine made the difficult decision to retire from demon hunting to focus on raising Rumi. This was an incredibly hard choice because it meant leaving her remaining partner to handle the Hanmoon barrier alone. Celine believes that if they can create the perfect golden Hanmoon barrier, it will somehow cure Rumi of her demon heritage and allow her to live a normal human life. But this belief might be based more on hope than reality.
Demon?
You're not one of them, Rumi. You're a hunter.
Then there's Bobby, their manager voiced by Ken Jeong, who has the most impossible job in the entertainment industry. Bobby has to schedule their concerts, interviews, photo shoots, and all their normal pop star activities, while somehow also coordinating their secret demon fighting missions. He's constantly making excuses for why they need to cancel appearances last minute, why they sometimes show up to events with mysterious injuries, and why their rehearsal schedules are so unpredictable. Plus, there's Healer Han, voiced by Daniel Dae Kim, who serves as their mentor and spiritual guide. Healer Han understands the supernatural world in ways that others don't, and he's the one who helps them understand their powers and heritage. But even he doesn't know everything about what they're facing, especially when it comes to Rumi's unique half-demon status. But what makes this especially interesting is that the voice actors aren't just random celebrities, they have real connections to the music industry. EJA, who sings for Rumi, was actually a trainee at SM Entertainment for about 10 years before being told she was too old to debut. She went to New York University and became a successful songwriter and producer, working on hits like Red Velvet's Psycho. Audrey Nuna, who sings for Mira, is Korean American from New Jersey, who studied at NYU's Clive Davis Institute before focusing on music full-time. R.A. Aimee, who sings for Zoe, was born in Seoul but raised in Maryland, and she's known for making music that blends different genres together. Everything seems to be going pretty well for Hunter Tees. They're at the top of their game professionally, they're getting ready to release Golden, which everyone expects to be their biggest hit yet, and their bond as friends and groupmates seems unbreakable. But then Rumi starts having serious problems with her voice getting worse and worse. At first, she tries to hide it from everyone, thinking it might just be temporary stress or overwork. But during their final concert of their world tour, her voice cracks during one of their biggest songs, and she barely manages to finish the performance.
Huh?
The fans don't seem to notice, but Mira and Zoe definitely do, and they're worried about their leader. They decide to visit healer Han, who's supposed to be this amazing traditional healer who can fix problems that regular doctors can't solve. But when they arrive at his clinic, they encounter something completely unexpected, another K-pop group that they've never seen before. Everything is going pretty well for Hunter Slash until the Demon King Gwaima gets really smart. Instead of sending more demons to fight directly like every villain has done for centuries, he decides to hit them where it really hurts, their fanbase. A centuries-old demon named Jinu proposes something revolutionary. Instead of brute force attacks that have failed repeatedly, why not form a K-pop boy band to steal Hunter Slash's fans and weaken the magic wall? This new group is called the Saja Boys, based on real Korean mythology about creatures called Joseong Saja, which are like Korean Grim Reapers who guide souls between the world of the living and the afterlife. The name choice isn't random. These beings in Korean mythology are creatures that escort souls between worlds, which is exactly what the Saja Boys plan to do with Hunter Slash's fans, just in the worst possible way. When you see their true forms, they wear traditional black Korean clothes called hanbok and special hats called gat.
A demon boy band?
Look both ancient and terrifying. The leader of the Saja Boys is Jinu, voiced by An Hyo-seop. But here's where things get complicated. He wasn't always a demon. About 400 years ago, he was a human musician struggling to support his family during a time of poverty and war. His mother and sister were starving, and he was desperate to find a way to help them. When a mysterious figure offered him a deal, give up his soul, in exchange for the most beautiful voice in the world, he thought he was making a heroic sacrifice. Jinu believed that if he had an incredible voice, he could become a successful performer, make enough money to save his family, and then find a way to get his soul back later. But demon deals never work out the way you expect them to. Gwaima gave Jinu the voice he wanted, but then immediately dragged him away to the demon realm and transformed him into a demon. Meanwhile, back in the human world, Jinu's family situation got even worse because now they didn't have him at all. Jinu has been living with this guilt and regret for 4 centuries. He's been forced to serve Gwaima and do terrible things, all while knowing that his original good intentions led to the destruction of everything he cared about. This is why he asked the Demon King to erase his human memories, because remembering his past life hurts too much to bear. His plan is brilliant and terrifying. Steal Hunter Slash's fanbase by becoming more popular than them, which will weaken the magic wall and let demons break through into our world. It's psychological warfare disguised as entertainment industry competition. The Saja Boys put out their first song called Your Idol, and it becomes super popular really fast, even topping the US Spotify chart. The song is incredibly catchy and addictive, with this sound that gets stuck in your head immediately. Everyone starts loving the Saja Boys and forgetting about Hunter Slash. This is really bad because when people stop liking Hunter Slash, the magic wall gets weaker. Hunter Slash figures out that the Saja Boys are actually demons, and they try to stop them. There's this epic chase scene through Seoul that ends at a traditional Korean bathhouse, where they have a huge fight. During the fight, Jinu sees Rumi's demon marks and realizes she's part demon like him. After this, something unexpected happens. Jinu secretly talks to Rumi and tells her his sad story about how he used to be human. They start to understand each other because they both know what it's like to be caught between 2 different worlds.
Are you beautiful girlfriend?
Oh no, we're not.
No.
They both feel like they don't fully belong anywhere. They even sing this beautiful song together called Free, which is about wanting to escape from all the things that trap you. Jinu promises he'll help Hunter win at the big award show, so they can keep protecting everyone. For a little while, it seems like maybe love can conquer everything. But the Demon King finds out about this betrayal and gets really angry. He forces Jinu to break his promise by reminding him of painful truths about his past that he'd been hiding from himself. At the International Idol Awards, with millions of people watching around the world, Jinu does something really cruel. He shows everyone Rumi's demon marks and makes it look like Hunter Slash is falling apart. He uses demon magic to create fake versions of Mira and Zoe that have this huge fight on stage. All their fans get upset and confused and heartbroken. Rumi feels completely betrayed because the one person who understood her just used her biggest secret against her. Mira and Zoe get scared when they find out Rumi is part demon, and they don't know what to believe anymore, so they run away, just like people do when they're scared. With Hunter Slash broken up and their fans gone, the Saja Boys become super powerful. They organize this huge concert at a stadium and invite thousands of fans, but it's not really a concert, it's a trap. During the performance, they put all the fans into this weird trance and start literally sucking their souls out to feed to the Demon King. Meanwhile, the magic wall starts cracking and falling apart. With no power left to keep demons away, scary creatures start slipping through and appearing in the human world, causing chaos everywhere. Rumi hits rock bottom. She's lost everything. Her group, Her fans, her voice is getting worse, her secret is exposed, and the person she trusted betrayed her. She goes to Celine feeling completely hopeless, but Celine gives her some really important advice. She tells Rumi that she's been thinking about everything wrong. Instead of trying to hide or get rid of her demon side, maybe she needs to accept it as part of who she is. Maybe the reason she's been getting weaker is because she's been fighting against half of herself. When Rumi finally accepts both her human side and her demon side, something amazing happens. Her voice comes back stronger than ever before. Her demon marks change from purple, which meant shame, to silver blue, which means acceptance and peace. For the first time in her life, she feels complete and powerful. Meanwhile, Mira and Zoe realize that even though Rumi hid her demon side from them, she's still the same person who's been their friend and leader all this time. She's still the girl who cared about them and made them feel like they belonged somewhere. Mira especially understands this because her own family rejected her for being different. She knows how much it hurts to be pushed away by people who are supposed to love you, so she decides she's not going to do the same thing to Rumi. The three girls reunite, and they're stronger than ever because now there are no more secrets between them. They know everything about each other, and they still choose to stick together. That's what real family is. People who love you even when they know all your weird stuff and flaws. But the biggest surprise comes from Jinu. He's been feeling terrible about betraying Rumi, and he knows that as long as the Demon King controls him, he'll always be dangerous to the people he cares about. He can't trust himself not to hurt Rumi again, because Guaima can take over his mind whenever he wants. So Jinu makes the biggest sacrifice ever. He gives his soul to Rumi, which makes her incredibly powerful, but also means he'll die. It's his way of finally doing what he originally wanted to do centuries ago. Actually helping someone he loves, even if it costs him everything. When Jinu gives Rumi his soul, she's able to create this amazing sword that's powered by his sacrifice and his genuine love for her. It's not just a weapon, it's proof that even people who have made terrible mistakes can choose to do something good in the end. Now comes the epic final battle. Huntress/, working together as a real team for the first time, faces off against Guaima and his entire demon army. The fight is huge and spectacular, with magic flying everywhere and demons attacking from all sides. But the most important part is that Rumi is finally fighting as her complete self. She's not trying to hide her demon side or pretend she's fully human. She's using both parts of her heritage together, and that makes her more powerful than any demon hunter has ever been before. The battle takes place in multiple dimensions, with demons attacking cities around the world, while Rumi leads the charge in the demon realm. She's using her unique combination of human compassion and demon power to fight in ways that previous demon hunters never could. Her voice has become a weapon that can shatter demon illusions and strengthen the dimensional barriers. Using the sword powered by Jinu's soul, Rumi manages to break through Kpop's besides. The final confrontation becomes a battle of philosophies as much as powers. Kpop represents domination and consumption, while Rumi represents connection and protection. In a climactic moment, Rumi uses the soul-charged sword to cut through Kpop's besides defenses and deliver a final blow that sends him back to the demon realm. The demon army gets pulled back through the dimensional portals with him, and the immediate threat is over. Working together, the three girls create a new version of the magic wall. This one is stronger than before because it's powered by truth instead of secrets. Their fans, who now know the real story about what happened, support them more than ever. People love them not despite their differences, but because of them. But the new wall isn't gold like they thought it would be. It's silver and blue, which means their work isn't completely finished. Guaima might not be gone forever, and there might be more challenges ahead, but that's okay, because they're ready to face whatever comes next together. After everything is over, the official story that gets told to the public is that the Saja boys were involved in some kind of fraud, and they fled the country. People think the whole thing at the stadium was just an incredibly elaborate concert with amazing special effects. Huntress becomes even more popular than before because everyone thinks they put on the most epic performance ever. The main song Golden by Huntress actually hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, while the Saja boys song Your Idol topped the US Spotify chart. Both groups achieved historic milestones as the highest charting male and female K-pop groups in US Spotify history. The soundtrack dominated the Billboard 200, showing how successful the movie's music became in real life. The most important change is in Rumi herself. She stops hiding her demon marks and learns to see them as part of what makes her special. She understands now that being a hero isn't about being perfect or normal, it's about choosing to use whatever gifts you have to help other people. Mira learns that real family isn't about blood relations or meeting other people's expectations. It's about finding people who accept you exactly as you are and choosing to love them back the same way. Zoe learns that traditions and heritage are important, but they can also grow and change with new generations. She doesn't have to choose between her American upbringing and her Korean heritage. She can honor both parts of who she is. The movie ends with hints about potential future adventures. Jinu's animal companions, the blue tiger Derpy and the six-eyed magpie Sussy, are shown sitting next to a sign that reads "Comeback," suggesting his influence might continue in new ways. The silver blue Han moon indicates that their work isn't finished, and there may be new threats or opportunities ahead. But the most important message is about the power of authenticity and acceptance. Hunter Slash succeeded not by becoming perfect or by eliminating the parts of themselves that were different. They succeeded by learning to integrate all aspects of who they are and use their complete identities to serve something larger than themselves. So that's the complete story of K-pop Demon Hunters, a tale about 3 girls who learned that the most powerful magic of all is accepting yourself and the people you love exactly as they are, and then using that acceptance to make the world a better place for everyone.